Hi there, my name is David March, and I'll be kicking off Team 5's presentation on the Institute for Healthcare Improvement. The CEO of Care First once said that nothing so threatens the American public's access to healthcare services or the quality of these services as the cost of them. This is important because the relationship amongst quality of care, cost of care, and access to care should be considered a cyclical one. Cost affects access because it limits what providers can do for the populations they serve, and ultimately what those populations can do to serve themselves. Access affects quality where, today, it is most important, the management of chronic diseases, which collectively represent the leading cause of death and disability in the United States, and 86% of healthcare costs. Quality, by preventing costly procedures, directly affects cost. As costs increase and revenues struggle to keep up, healthcare is reacting both by consolidating and experimenting. This is where IHI's value proposition stems from. As healthcare enters new uncharted waters, its expertise will help them decide what works.
So, IHI has a big, audacious goal, and that is to improve health and healthcare worldwide. It does this by innovating, using the scientific method for improvement. It then demonstrates its results, builds the capacity to spread its results around the world in disseminating knowledge. And as it goes through this process, its reach goes from tens to hundreds to thousands to millions. IHI competes in the worldwide healthcare industry as a force for continual quality improvement. IHI wins by expanding worldwide impact. It's doing this by embedding itself in healthcare education, healthcare organizations, and government organizations and regulation at home and abroad. IHI sustains a competitive advantage by running faster. IHI also benefits from a number of strategic partnerships. These include the US government in its Affordable Care Act, which has the IHI's current initiative, the Triple Aim campaign, embedded. It's embedded in the formal curricula of 127 universities with its open school. And it leads the Quality Track for Joint Learning Network and Universal Healthcare, which is made up of 10 countries from around the world. These partnerships are a result of the momentum IHI has built through its more than 25 years of leading quality, highly publicized improvement initiatives. The size of IHI started with 75 people in 1991 when it was established, and has only grown to 140 people. But its annual forum attendance has grown to over 8,000, and it claims a reach of mobilized people of over 700,000. IHI is truly a global enterprise, and it has a footprint in dozens of other nations. IHI believes that the whole world's population are stakeholders in its efforts. Major stakeholders include the US government, other governments, the healthcare education programs worldwide, and healthcare organizations worldwide. I'd like now to talk about IHI's initiative and the way they're affected by its stance on information management and collaboration. First, I'd like to direct your attention to this quote at the top of the page. This is a quote from IHI's website, and it's a statement of exactly how they feel information management and collaboration relate to their operations. They make it very clear that these efforts are imperative. Now, listed on this page are a number of the current initiatives of IHI. Each of these initiatives began with innovation and documentation, and are now in the process of being socialized around the world using IHI's unique ability to collaborate and mobilize. This ability to collaborate and mobilize is expressed very well in the quote at the bottom right-hand side of this page by Dr. Berwick, that he used to kick off the 100,000 Lives campaign. When he said, "Some is not a number, soon is not a time. Here is the number 100,000 lives, and here's the time, June 14th, 2006. He started the momentum of IHI, which has grown over time and has allowed them to reach the vast population that they reach now. I'll be followed by Jillian.
Thank you, Aubrey. This is Jillian Sekeli on behalf of Team 5. I'd like to discuss the below table that shows the IHI approaches that resonate with themes from several authors we've studied, and I will provide a few examples. Similar to the modified Corson model provided by Hislop, IHI has 3 innovations that improve learning through interpretation, experimentation, integration, and institutionalization. The IHI Innovation Lab performs research and experimentation leading to usable prototypes. The 90-day learning cycle team observes and interprets research data over a 90-day period to address a specific challenge. In the innovation relay model, IHI integrates teaching and research to engage large teams and form possible solutions that can then be adopted and institutionalized as best practices. As testament to Elliott's 3 innovation cores, IHI uses the online poster boards, case studies, and presentations to create a common language that attests to innovation know-how and provides mutual learning on a storytelling platform. And now back to Aubrey.
Through our research, we've been very impressed with IHI's achievements, but we would like to make a recommendation. At the end of the 100,000 Lives campaign, Dr. Berwick was able to get up on a stage and make the announcement that IHI and his partners, over the 18 months, had saved 122,300 avoidable deaths. They followed the success of the 100,000 Lives campaign with the 5 Million Lives campaign. And fortunately, at the end of that campaign, the announcement was somewhat different. And a quote of the announcement is in the middle of this page. As you can see, the real answer was, "We don't know." Because of the numbers involved and the difficulties of gathering data and the technology available at the time, we're not able to make a similar strong announcement of success. And without an announcement of success, without the true ability to visualize and express the successes of IHI, IHI will lose some of its momentum. We recommend that resources be devoted to and an increased effort be made on partnering with people in industry such as Tableau and other specialists in big data and data visualization, so that IHI will be able to truly and compellingly express its successes. Back to Jillian.
Thank you, Aubrey. I'd like to go over the strategies of both the World Bank and IHI. They have a big, hairy, audacious philanthropic goals with global scopes. The banks combine its vast financial resources with its innovative knowledge sharing. In 2014, the World Bank committed $40.8 billion to partner countries. In the same year, IHI had just under $40 million in operating expenses. In short, the World Bank is a financial service provider that leverages innovative knowledge sharing. IHI is purely an innovating, collaborating enterprise. Regarding the information management and collaboration practices of both, the World Bank and IHI use similar platforms in their efforts to collaborate. However, IHI is far more successful at mobilizing. IHI has a staff of approximately 140 who collaborate with over 700,000 people it has mobilized to be involved in its activities. That's a ratio of 1 to 5,000. The World Bank has a staff of 10,000. If the World Bank was as good at collaboration and mobilization as IHI, it would have 50 million people mobilized. That's 1 out of every 140 people on Earth. Imagine what the World Bank could do with its vast resources if it could learn from IHI's ability to mobilize with its comparatively limited resources. On the final slide, we've provided our input on how our team has evolved during this assignment. On behalf of Team 5, we thank you.